Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have a birthday card to share with you, and not just a birthday card. This is my first card that I created in my new house. I'm really excited about it. Why? Because it took ages to get my stuff out of those boxes. I'm really glad with how it is turning out. The craft area. Um, it's not finished yet, but I really wanted to craft, and so I took this digital stamp. It's from Rachelle Anne Miller. She's amazing and I just love all her designs. This one was released a bit back, as in I think the beginning of August, end of July, the latest. Um, well, the moment that she was going to release it, she showed us, because I'm part of her design team. And I just immediately fell in love with these adorable owls and the big tree, and it's just amazing. But it was already around the time that all my stuff was in boxes, so I couldn't craft with it. And so since I started creating my craft room or area here, but not yet everything was finished, I thought maybe with a digital stamp I could get a long way already, and so I just printed this out. It's slightly smaller than the size when you put it in your file to print. I print with a laser printer. It's a Canon. I don't know exactly the number. If you're interested, I can put it somewhere. Just ask me in the comments. Um, but it's just a laser printer, nothing. I think that's quite fancy already. But I mean, if you have an inkjet printer, that can work perfectly as well, because before this printer I had an inkjet and it worked like a charm for Copics, and I heard from other crafters that it's perfect for watercoloring as well. I just think that each type of machine is slightly bit different. So if I was you, I would just try it out with the free digital stamp. If you go to Rachelle Anne Miller's site and you have a free one, print it on paper that you have, that you like to use for your mediums, and try it out whether it's bleeding or not, the ink. It's a bit trial and error, but I'm sure that one medium will work. I'm sure of it. So if you're interested in digital stamps, definitely test it, try it out, and don't let it hold you because you're unsure about it. There are always free digital stamps to just try it out. And in case you are not really a fan of digital stamps, there are several stamps illustrated by Rachelle Anne Miller that are released by My Favorite Things every month. So maybe your favorite is in those clear stamps as well. Okay, so my first card coloring in this house. The lovely thing about this house is that there is a garden. We have our own garden, and it's way bigger than the terrace we had at the apartment. Logical, it was really small there, but it was enough for a bit. And now we have a garden, and every morning when I wake up, I take a cup of coffee because I'm just a coffee lover. I'm addicted. I need it. And I have one chair that I put in front of the window that is looking into the garden. And I put myself there, and then I look outside, and there are all these birds that when you live in the city, or at least in Ghent, where I was, in between all of those big buildings, there are barely any. Here there are tons of them in the garden. I just love to see them. I put a bit of food outside in the morning because they're really, really active here in the morning. And they are so tiny and cute. So I just let them eat, and then most of the time they are gone when the food is gone as well. But currently it's really, really hot here in Belgium. In Europe, there are a lot of countries that are like going over the limits that they are used to. Belgium is one of them as well. So there is a heat wave that has been going on since last week. It's a really long one, and it's really hard to ventilate. So I must admit, we painted, and that was in like temperatures that were not normal and not good either for paint, but we did it anyway because I wanted to have everything white and then some colors here and there. But everything that I do now with products, I just cannot ventilate the house because otherwise it would be 35 degrees inside of our home, and these aren't normal temperatures for our country. So I am dying here. It's really, really hot. But I'm trying to keep everything closed during the day, and then when I go to sleep, well, then I open the windows to just have a bit of ventilation and hopefully cool down the house. So so far I managed quite well, but it's really hot here. But I like it anyway. Today, well, I'm doing the voiceover on Tuesday. I'm hoping that I'm sharing this video on Wednesday, so tomorrow. But today was my first day back at work after 2 weeks of vacation that were really exhausting. So I survived my day, but it was exhausting because of the heat, because of just not having rested enough. But it was worth it. I'm really glad with all the things that have been done already in the house. I know that some of you have been asking for a craft room tour kind of thing. In the past, I already contemplated doing that as well, and it's just the difficulty of finding the setup to show you everything clear and not having to hold my phone and just wiggle all the time with it, you know. So since I apparently am not able to figure that really out, if there is a lot of, well, demand for it, I might do a live on Instagram, but only when the craft room is really, really done. Well, it's not a room, it's part of a room, but we decided to take the biggest room in the house as our hobby kind of room. And the man here is a gamer, so he has a corner. I have slightly bigger corner, but you know we need it. And then there is another area in the room that we hopefully will have like something to sleep on for guests temporarily until we have some money to do like the attic, because it's really big but it's not finished at all, so we cannot do anything over there. But that therefore we will start saving again, because buying a house is already an expense. So we'll have to wait. So we have divided that room in kind of 3 areas, and so it really has to be finished if I share that. But I do not make promises. I already shared some pictures on my stories on Instagram if you're following over there. If you do, you probably also saw that I created a second card Monday, well, like yesterday. So if I share this video on Wednesday, it was the day before yesterday. But I made another card, and actually that one is for the current Hello Bluebird challenge. So I will try to share that one as quick as possible as well, because that deadline I think is at the end of this week. So I'm hoping to share it as soon as possible and maybe inspire you to still enter as well. So I'm trying to do that. And then we have this Thursday as being the 3rd Thursday of the month. So it's also Get Cracking on Christmas. So maybe you get 3 videos this week, which is quite a lot, I think, after all of these other weeks where I only shared 1. Sorry for that. I had more cards planned out to share with you, but I just have not finished the voiceovers or the editing, or there were still some that I needed to take pictures, but they were in a box, you know. And that box was one of the final boxes that I unpacked. So that wasn't handy at all. While I am just blabbing about everything and nothing, I'm almost finished with the coloring. Just in case you want to revisit all of the combinations are on my blog post, and there is always a link towards my blog post in the description box down below. So that's easy for you for reference. And I think I didn't mention the name of this digital stamp yet, which is crazy. But this one is I'll Find You, which is really cute. There is this one owl, as you can see, that is like, well, keeping his or her eyes closed. And I think this is really, really adorable. I decided to go with 4 colors for the leaves, but all sort of in the same kind of color family. There is one BG combination, but this works really, really well with that bright green. So I thought that that would go really well. And then I decided to do a frame, which is a really simple way to finish your cards. If you want a clean and simple card, a frame is always an option. And I took the Petite Gingham paper pad for my favorite things. In case you're not aware of it, this paper isn't currently available anymore. They aren't making it anymore, my favorite things, and I'm really sad about it because this truly is my favorite paper. The moment that there was this lovely girl, I think it's Sylvia, on Instagram, and she contacted me and she said, "Lien, do you know that the paper isn't going to be, well, made anymore?" And I wasn't aware of it, and I'm really glad that she told me, because I searched for like websites and shops that had this paper, and I could still find 2 of them. So I purchased it. So I still have a bit of stock here. So I will be continuing to use it. So I hope you might have it as well if you're in love with it. Otherwise, there are alternatives that are really cute as well, so no panic. And maybe you even have a background stamp that is sort of creating this kind of pattern that would work great as well. So, for the sentiment, I am using the It's Your Day, and I'm just stamping out this really simple but gorgeous scripty Make-A-Wish sentiment. Next, I'm going to add everything together on a card base, and then you can still add embellishments if you want to. You can add glossy accents, glitter, anything you want actually. But I decided to keep it as is. I love all of the colors. I think that my frame matches with one of them from the leaves, and that just makes it complete for me. But you can go in many directions if you want to. So this is my card for today. I'm really glad that this was my first card created in my house. This stamp set is called I'll Find You, and it's from Rachelle Anne Miller. It is an incredible digital stamp that you can find online. I hope that I could inspire you and that you enjoyed this video. And I want to thank you all. I want to wish you all an incredible day, and I'll be back soon with some new crafty inspiration. Bye!